Live, loud, and local on the Blitz.
Games I do adore.
Normally, I don't like playing games. But when Jeremy Duff comes in, we're talking video games, kids.
That's right. Not relationships games.
That's right. It's brought to you by our friends over at Mountain Dew. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Don't play with Loper's heart.
Yeah.
Try not.
Just the controllers.
So today, man, you brought a bunch of different stuff, including but not limited to some news about Street Fighter V.
Yes, it was we talked last week about them running the beta, and it was literally one of the biggest disasters.
Oh, no. Now, when you say that, that's like a test?
Yeah, the goal was to do a 5-day online test, let people see how it plays, see how it performs online.
Now, wait, how do they do that? Like, they select certain people, or everybody's able
with this
to go
one,
in?
they were offering it to anybody who pre-ordered. Anybody who pre-ordered from the different retailers or from online, they sent them a code that they could enter and download.
That's pretty cool.
Version. It would have been if it worked.
So what happened? Like, what was the disaster?
It absolutely, the servers that run it absolutely buckled within minutes of the start of the beta test.
Wow, buckled.
Completely. And they ended up taking it offline. They ended up putting it was online for just a matter of hours over the weekend. And then Sunday they just said, you know what, we're just scrapping it altogether.
So how long do you think it'll be until they can actually get the final version done?
It's hard to say. That's what's kind of scary about it is, you know, if they thought they were this close to being ready to take it online, and it proved that they were nowhere near being ready. So it does not bode well, at least for their net code, which is what's called how it runs online. It didn't work.
Now, with something like this, do they run updates for that, or?
Well, that's the thing now. That's what they spent the first 2 days. They spent 2 days trying to do. They were, releasing small updates, thinking they would fix the problem. Then they reduced it to just North America instead of worldwide, hoping that if they limited the user base, took some of the stress off of it, it would still run. No, it still could. I mean, it just didn't.
And what game
work.
is this?
Street Fighter 5.
Oh.
It's one of the big.
Sounds like it kicked their ass.
So
Somebody definitely got their ass kicked.
They went ahead yesterday and just pulled the plug on it altogether.
All right, sorry. Now loading segment brought to you by Mountain Dew, and Jeremy Duff here from Rogue Gaming and Gaming Nexus is going to give us his breakdown of what's going on with games. Now, we were talking about what WWE is doing with Hulk Hogan, and after all the controversy this past weekend, what's going to happen to the character in WWE 2K16?
Well, they yanked him right out.
They yanked the Hulkster brother.
Well, not only did they yank him from the upcoming game, they retroactively yanked him from last year's game.
Wow. So you can, and they took him out of the Hall of Fame, like off of WWE's, their subscription network.
He doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't exist. You can't even watch the matches. He's gone. It's so weird, man. The most famous wrestler of all time, gone.
They even pulled down the Rock and Wrestling episodes, which really broke my heart.
Which is unnecessary.
Yes.
I think it is unnecessary. He didn't do this in public. He did this, and he was videotaped. He had no idea, and he was mad because he was jealous about his daughter going to another man for help, for business help. You know what I mean? I
can kind of get them yanking him from Tough Enough, the current program, maybe even terminating his contract, but the whole let's retroactively
his life?
delete him from our history.
Yeah, he never existed. Bizarre. I mean, how do you even have that? The WWF without Hulk Hogan.
He's this week's Confederate flag.
Yep. Yeah. Which is, if you really think about it, it's kind of scary. That is pretty scary. But, so that's that. So he's going to be out of the video game. We're not going to be able to play him.
They completely announced they yanked him out of the game, which he was one of the first people announced. So they just said, nope, he's not going to be in the game. So they yanked him out. And plus, like I said, he was released last year as DLC. They pulled that offline, and one thing they did that's kind of strange, they've never done before, is even if you've bought him before, you can no longer re-download him. So if you delete it, it's gone forever.
All right, we got a couple of questions coming in at 53299 on text message. What are they saying here, Thick Rick?
Billy wants to know if he'll be able to buy the Destiny Taken King DLC by itself, because every pre-order requires him to buy Destiny, which he already has.
Yes, it will be available by itself digitally only. If you go through the retailer, it's the bundle pack for, I believe it's $80, which they make you buy the first game all over again.
So he has to buy it.
So, no, if he waits and just buys the digital version online through either PSN or Xbox Live, it'll be $40, and he can get just the Taken King content.
No, Jason's asking about his favorite game, Castlevania. Are they bringing that back?
It's hard to say. There's nothing been announced.
Castlevania, I love it.
Wow.
Because the guy who originally created it left the company. He's no longer working with them. So
God, that's a game I haven't thought about in forever, Castlevania.
oh, that's a
Right.
classic.
You know what it makes me think of? My favorite game, one of them growing up, was Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah, Wizards and Warriors. Are you
would
kidding
slash
me?
the diamonds. That
You
was
played
oh
Wizards
my
and
god,
Warriors,
my
Randy?
favorite game.
Unreal.
Absolutely.
That's on the. They're running a
The tree.
charity this week called Games Done Quick, which is people beating games as quickly as possible.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And so
Oh,
they
that's
released
kinda
a
sick.
week-long schedule of it, and somebody's doing Wizards and Warriors today, and supposedly they can do the whole game in like 20 minutes.
Randy, you can never make fun of Dungeons and Dragons ever.
Why Wizards and Warriors
It's
is
Dungeons and
badass.
Dragons.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I'm going to agree with Randy a little bit different there.
There's no cards. I don't play any cards. You know, it's
Hey,
just
hey.
okay. Sorry. Do you play Magic or something?
I like Magic.
Okay, I knew it. I called it.
Got to be with the gathering.
Loper,
All right,
what did you like? You like some vampire thing back in the day.
I played this.
Let's call out you, nerd.
No, I played Dungeons and Dragons back in the day for sure, man.
Like the-
8-sided
like-
die. Watch out, bitches.
Oh, like the real game
yeah,
with
bro.
dice.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
we used to play like live action, man, but like really fight.
Oh, is that right?
Seriously.
You dress up and
Yeah,
make
well, I mean,
weapons.
you know, it would start out like that,
Oh my
and then it would
God.
just turn into like a
Hey,
full-on sparring
Napoleon
session, you know?
Dynamite.
Yeah.
There's a hot big boobed orc in the cave. What do you do?
Okay, well, if
Impregnate.
if Humping Gay was your wrestler, what was
Yeah,
your
listen here, okay? And then I got into this other game made by this company called White Wolf. It was called Vampire, right? And then they made Werewolf, and they made this other game called what's it called? Mage? Yeah, it was like where you could be like a ghost or, you know, a magician kind of thing. You know, different supernatural characters. I don't know if it was a magician, but
So you did the role playing?
yeah, for a little while, and then
That's cool.
Yeah, and then chicks after that.
Are there any
So-
photos of this out there?
Then you
somewhere?
still did role playing, right?
What's that? Is there? No, I don't think. No, this is almost pre 91, my friend. So you know, there's no videotape footage of that. All right, Jeremy from Gaming Nexus and RogueGaming.com. You can check him out on those websites. Also, you can check him out here every single Tuesday during our Now Loading segment, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Good to see you, man.